My name's Ross and today I'm going to be installing this carbon fibre steering wheel in my Audi R8. Let's go. Things we're going to need are this beautiful carbon fibre steering wheel, this socket set with probably some bits missing, and finally this Torx set that was purchased from Amazon. I'll put a link for this in the description. The very first thing we're going to do is disconnect the battery. So to do this, you need to remove this part here, and we're going to be removing the negative terminal. So you're going to take a 10mm socket and just undo the negative terminal. Just need to try and take that off. So I'm just going to get this negative terminal off the battery and just push it to the side. So the reason we disconnect the negative terminal of the battery is because we're going to be removing this airbag and you don't want it blowing up in your face. First thing we're going to do inside the car is put the key in the ignition and just give it a turn. That's going to unlock the steering wheel, because the first thing we need to do is turn the steering wheel that way. And then just at the back here, you're going to have little covers covering the screws. You can use a screwdriver to open these, but you can actually just take them off with your fingers. And then once the cover's removed, that'll expose a T30 Torx screw. What we do is put that in there. So we just fully unscrew that. And these are retained screws, meaning they won't fall out. They're actually held in. Then we need to turn the wheel and do the exact same with the other side. So again, just the exact same on the other side, if I can find it. Screw cap comes off. Another T30. So we also just unscrew this one as much as we can. So what we're going to do now is turn the steering wheel back round to the middle position and then just gently pull out on the airbag, and it should just ease out like that. So you will see there is a couple of connectors in here. We're just going to need to unplug those. So there's just two connectors inside behind the airbag. That's that one out, and this one's got a wee orange clip, so you just pull that back and just carefully ease out the plug. And that's the airbag off. And you can see those two screws I was talking about, one at each side. That's just what holds the airbag in, so they don't fall out, they just stay there. So next up, we want to get our T55 torque bit, and that goes right in the middle of the steering wheel, and we just want to hold onto the wheel and just break that off and just take that all the way out. And as you can see, that comes out. It's got some Loctite on it. So as you can see, just where I've taken that big screw out, you can see that there is a mark, a centre line mark. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to make a wee mark right underneath that, right in line with it, to show me the centre for lining up the new wheel. And once that's done, the wheel should literally just pull right off. There it is. Now we just need to go and get these controls out of this wheel and into the new one. Okay, so here we have the old steering wheel next to the new steering wheel. What we need to do is, we need to get these controls, either side, into the new wheel. First we need to take this silver trim off the old wheel. So you can use a trim tool for this, but I just went round, working my way around with my fingers, and it seemed to come off pretty easy, and then that just pulls off like that. To get these trim pieces out, you just need to get a very small screwdriver, and just put it in, just get it in there. And it comes out like that. We're then going to get our airbag back, and we're going to plug in the two connectors. That's that one that does these switches, and then you've got this big one that is for the actual airbag itself. So that just pushes straight back in, clips in like that, and then you push the wee orange bit back in, and then that should just fit nicely into position there. Once that's done, we're just going to turn the wheel again to one side and use the T30 Torx bit to tighten up the screws to hold the airbag in place. And just pop the covers back into place, and then we need to do the same with the other side. And there we go, a new carbon fibre steering wheel. Absolutely beautiful. The only thing left to do now is connect the battery back up, and let's take it for a spin. Then this cover goes back on. Cold start. Okay, so we have started the car and we're getting a traction control light on the dashboard. So we think that this is the steering sensor because the wheel's been moved with the battery disconnected. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and recalibrate that manually by turning the wheel all the way to the left and then all the way to the right and then back to the centre. And then I'll restart the car and see if it goes off. And the light has went out as soon as we started moving. I think that calibration must have worked. Feels really nice, much nicer than the standard wheel. Carbon bits at the bottom and the top feel nice. So steering wheel is fitted, it looks and feels so much better. Thanks for watching. Please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Nothing beats the sound of the V10 behind your head. Especially all the way up to 30 miles an hour.